Greetings and welcome to DevLook at Subterrain version 0.7.3.4. This is a game in early access. It's made by a company called Pixelore, who are actually a South Korean indie developer. I know quite a lot of major developers and publishers from South Korea, guys like NCSoft, WebZen, Nexon, all those free-to-play makers. But I haven't heard about too many indie developers from there. So it's quite interesting to see more people coming out from there and publishing their stuff on a European market. That's pretty cool. So this is a survival game, top-down survival game about the Mars colonization. As you can see here, it says underground base apocalypse, and that's pretty close. It's not really pretty close. It is actually what it is. So it's about surviving on a Mars underground base, as you might imagine. And before jumping into the game and showing you how it works, let's have a quick look at the settings menu. Keep in mind this is a top-down 2D game, so you don't really need too many settings here, but you do have separate sound sliders. You have resolution selections, works pretty well. Fog intensity, if you want to, you can nick it down, so let's put it at 25. 50 is actually quite a lot. You can animate fog if you want. Disabling this will probably allow you to run this on Potato because the game is pretty well optimized. You can toggle full screen on or off. Bloom, which I did not like, so I disabled it, and tutorial mode, which you can enable if you, it's enabled by default, but you can enable it later if you want to revisit something. Although I am not sure why would you want that, because you can just hit here F1 and then press help button, and then you see this tutorial, which is 27 pages of various information, which is very useful for your survival, so you better look at it. So here's my guy. I played about 5 hours of this game. I think this was my longest run here and my most successful run, so I survived more than 1 day. So the game consists of exploring this underground base and trying to survive. And to do that, you would need food, you would need gear, and you would need some decent weapons and healing stuff, because otherwise you will just terribly die. And I want to drop something in my hotbar here, and you know what? I want to drop out, or maybe not. Maybe let's not do this. Let's do this a bit later. So, how do you play that? Well, it's a top-down game, so you use WASD to walk around, and you use mouse to point your gun at things, or you can use melee weapons, which, to be frank, does not really work well with this game, so I got killed pretty quickly when I tried to use melee. And then this is my starting, this is like the starting location, and I made a base out of it, so if we go inside quickly, you will see that there's a research lab here, which you can use to research the components that you gathered from the monsters. As you can see, I already researched one thing, so I can actually build here some very useful things, but unfortunately I don't have enough components for it. I have some storage shelters here, and I as well have a 3D printer in a room next to it, so we can actually disassemble stuff, and I always click close instead of clicking back. We can create some stuff, so I'm actually saving to advanced suit. I need a bit more glass fiber here, and I use those drawers here as a storage for items I don't really need. As you can see, I have a lot of very useful things, including the medical stuff, which is kind of good. Let's combine those. So I use this as a base, because if I tried to carry all the stuff around with me, that never worked very well for me, so that was not very good. What I found to work pretty well for me is that I use this location as a home base and store all the stuff that I need here and recharge my generator. I will talk about that in a moment, and do all the research and stuff here, and then use the metro or tube to travel around. So this is the world map, or the colony map, I guess. You start in this detention center because he was arrested. I won't spoil the storyline, so you have to do it yourself, and you have to collect the documents to figure out what the hell happened in the colony. And the thing is that then you can later use this line to or tube to travel between the terminals and look for things there. So I cleaned up with several of them now because I have, a bit more advanced gear. And when I try to just wander around and clean the stuff out, I usually died because I always got, did not find enough medical stuff or could not carry enough with me and stuff like this. So what I found worked best is that I have my base here. I go scavenge one of the locations, then go back, store my stuff, disassemble what I don't need, do research and recharge my generator, and go back into the combat. Now I'm actually looking to create a decontamination peel because I am quite contaminated. So we need to go to the biosphere or something. Let's try biosphere 1 maybe. It will take 1 hour and 20 minutes of game time to travel there, and the game will be saved. It's actually saved before traveling. So the game time, spending game time to travel essentially means that you need enough food and drinks to travel, so you can speed it up. You don't have to wait the whole time, which is kind of nice. You as well rest while you travel, which is quite important because if you are not rested, your stamina meter will decrease. You have 2 characteristics here. So you have health, as you can see, my health bar is here, so it's not really full. And then I have the stamina, which will decrease, the longer I act without resting and without drinking and eating. And then you have your cells. So those red things means that I am quite contaminated. And if I keep getting more contamination, I will actually start turning into one of those monsters that are lurking out there, which is kind of cool because then you get, instead of your hands you get claws and you cannot use guns, which is pretty cool. So but I need to do something to clean this contamination. You can get contaminated in 2 ways. So one of them is eating contaminated food, like for example here I have this rotten food scrap which is highly contaminated, and I ate several of them. That was really stupid before I realized what the hell was going on. But let's just eat something that is not contaminated. I think I have morning cereal. The contaminated could be contaminated. Okay, that's not very good. Let's not eat them. So one of the problems this game has is that the UI is not, perfect. For example, here when you place the items in the toolbars, you don't get actually the tooltips. So if you want to see the tooltip, you actually have to put it back into the inventory and then look at it there, which is slightly annoying. But this is a minor thing, but still I think something that should be addressed. Alright, so we talked about contamination, we talked about the quick bar. You can carry 3 weapons in your quick bar, which can be switched with the mouse wheel. You can as well carry flashlight or light stick. I don't know if there's any other items. I don't think I have a light stick with me. So basically it's something that you will use to light your way. Let's skip that. So you can the flashlight will use your generator, which you have. And I think I was thirsty or something. There we go. So we arrived in a new location. Locations are actually pretty big. Yeah, well, I'm thirsty, so let's drink that juice and pop a new one here. Let's put a soft drink here. So this is my generator, which is used for both flashlights and guns. Shooting guns actually costs energy, so you have to be very conservative and very careful with what you actually do. All right, don't seem there's you have this scan key that basically reveals interactable objects, which is quite nice. And now let's hunt for monsters. So what I found to work best is to go through the area. We have a huge ass thing in here, and I cannot damage it. Can I use a hammer? So those are cocoons, and I never waited long enough for one to basically sprout and release monsters. At least this is my guess, that it will release monsters. I always smacked it and make it die, basically. Come on, there we go. So it dropped some stuff. We can pick it up from ground. We have some samples and infested tongue. That's good. Now, where's my gun? So yeah, as I was saying, what I found that worked the best for me was to actually... wait, I missed it. Oh god, there's a shooting one. Nope. Oh, crap. So, let's be careful. God, the combat here is probably the weakest part, actually. The melee combat is... I wouldn't call it terrible, but it's kind of very wonky, so it's usually you get stun locked very quickly and you cannot really run away from monsters. Let's shoot this guy. So what I found worked best for me is to actually have the generator charged and to shoot the guys from a distance, because if they get close to you, you will get terribly destroyed. Why did I just drink? I don't know, there was a wrong key. Okay, let's destroy that cocoon. So yeah, melee combat is kind of very basic. It's like you hit and then run away, or they will hit you and then you get stun locked, and if you get stun locked then you are probably gonna suffer. Is it the correct gun? I don't remember. Okay, let's try to find other guys. So this is inner tube. Inner tubes are actually used to transfer between the nearby areas. So those are those smaller ones, and if you want to go them, you have to actually switch to the smaller tube. We're not gonna do that because they are generally quite harder, or maybe I was just unlucky. So the areas are actually always the same, but let's see, one band-aid, but the loot is randomly generated as well as the, oh god, no, ow. And I have bone cracked, oh my god, and those guys are destroying me. Come on, those are tough assholes. Okay, come on. Die. There we go. That actually wasted a lot of my, and why did I just shoot there? Actually wasted a lot of my generator. 500. We got some money, which is good. You can spend money to buy blueprints. Okay, there's a lot of cocoons and getting more and more as I travel the game. So I haven't met them before. I have a cracked bone, which is not good probably, so we have to fix that. I think I had some medical stuff. There we go. And we have a tooth here, and we have another cocoon. That is terrible. Let's kill that thing. For that we can heal and scavenge whatever is in this room. Hope my hammer doesn't break in the process. Okay, there we go. Any loot? Yes, nice. Alright, so now we can heal our fracture. What was the, nano casting kit? Perfect. So we can heal that. Will it heal it? Slight fracture, heals fracture condition. Yeah, I guess we have to wait until the end. Alright, yeah, so as I was saying, the melee combat is not exactly the best. I mean, we can try maybe to hit someone closer to the end of the game, because I don't want to die before that. Every time I try to use the melee combat, I just die terribly. Okay, let's loot this stuff. What is this? Communication service. I have some key passes. Let's try key pass A maybe. Nope, access denied. That is not higher enough level. I guess we have to find something better. This is same as well. Anything here? Yep, some drawers. So antiseptic salmon, some food. That's pretty good. I need to find some vegetables. I'm not sure how I do that actually. All right, let's go look at the other rooms. Oh, this is how I usually play. I basically clean out the main corridor. And then I start cleaning out those rooms and hope that I don't die in the process. So this seems to be the toilet. You actually do have to use the toilet in this game sometimes. It's actually quite rare, but I have encountered it a couple of times after eating some rotten food as well. So it's a bit silly. And we're clean, which is nice. We have a drawer here. Let's grab a shampoo. And let's see what we have in this room. So this is, this is very much the survival game, so most of your time you will spend exploring this station and trying to find the better supplies, trying to find the more materials, and try to destroy those stupid cocoons so that you don't get more monsters in here. And try to decontaminate yourself if you are an idiot like me and eaten something contaminated. You actually also get contamination by fighting monsters, and if they hit you, basically they can scratch you, or damage you or make you bleed. And the more serious damage, the higher will be your contamination rating. Okay, there we go. Nothing here. Did I looted this one? Let's have a look. Yeah, we have some towel and key passes in a toilet drawer. Perfect place for a key pass. But as I said, the loot is randomly generated, so... And there's an asshole. Oh god. That's not the gun I want. This one. There we go. Come on. So you can see the guns are basically the only way to fight those guys without terribly dying, because the damage they do is just crazy. Okay, let's eat something. We have a generator here, and maybe I can show you how the power works. So you spend it by obviously using the flashlight. It does not spend too much, and then you spend it by firing your gun. That's probably the most of your power spending that will happen. And for some reason the temperature in the room falls a lot. Let's see. So here on the left side you can see the conditions and the time and stuff like this. So our oxygen is 100%. And there's minus 16 degrees in this room, so that's not very good for us. We can freeze, and if we do that, we would need to warm ourselves up, or we start losing health, and other terrible things will happen to us. But we need a generator here, so we can use it to refuel our battery. Those generators allow you to refill the battery, and they can be found in various rooms around the map. It's always good to have one, remember when one of them is, so that you can just go there. And is that the gun? No, that's not the gun. So that you remember where the one is, so you can go there and use it just to recharge your stuff. Okay, we can actually go upstairs. I guess let's do that and change the next level. Oh god, no, oh god, and I'm bleeding. Oh my god, that is probably not gonna end very good. Okay, let's heal our bleeding condition. What do we have? We have a blood clot. Oh, we have, bandage. Yeah, bandage should do it, right? It's minor. Yeah, it's minor. Okay, it's light. Yep, we are good. And then let's use maybe antiseptic to heal some health. That was not bad. And maybe painkillers as well. Always good to have a lot of healing resources with you. Okay, this is supposed to be some farm or whatever it is, so I'm hoping to find some reagents to make those pills that could actually decontaminate me. Okay, what is this? Can I loot it? No, I can't. Can I loot the cabbages? No, I can't. So where the hell do I get the tomatoes and other stuff? And we have a monster here. And I missed him completely. No, you go the hell away. I must be using this gun with electricity because it has a chance to stun the enemies. And there's nothing in the fridge, which is definitely not very good. What is this? Charge battery. What is going on? Okay, so I can spend my energy to charge this one. And what does this do? Farm. Okay, oh, so I enable robots and they will farm stuff. Another problem I have with this game is that even though, it's all time-based, like time you use spend time to travel around, and then you use time to do research, for example, use time to farm again. The problem is that you don't really have way to skip this time. So you can see here the clock, but there's no way to speed it up outside of the tram thing. So I would want to wait until the progress is 100%, but that probably will take a couple of minutes. So let's go and research. Okay, well, whatever. Let's go have a look at our first robots. That should be done by now, right? If they will take longer than this, I will be a bit sad. Okay, they are done. And well, it was them, right? So I have banana and broccoli. How do I know that this was banana and broccoli? So we can travel actually back to our home base and do some stuff with research and maybe craft something. That would be interesting to see. So let's go back to detention. So enemies, there is, I think, 3 types now, and will be 5 types when the game releases. And that's not just like, base types and that's it. The enemies are actually evolve over the time of the game or duration of the game. So the longer you play, I guess the more they will mutate. So yeah, this is the same, it's the research. Again, it does not take very long, but you have to spend those couple of seconds here. Again, look at this. So it's like, I don't know, minutes maybe or so. It's just slightly irritating. And I don't really see any reason for this because I can just wait around here. So this is the 3D printer and you can disassemble found scrap here. Again, UI thing, there could be a button. So you have those, basically you can disassemble either the scrap you found, or you can disassemble those miscellaneous items, or you can disassemble the equipment you have. So not grenades, but guns and hammer and all that stuff. Actually, maybe I don't need this. This is the stun gun actually. Maybe I don't need the other gun. Let's disassemble it. So it would be nice to have a button just like please disassemble all my scrap, because clicking on each of them individually is not very fun. Alright, so here's crafting. You have 2 schematics, 2 types of schematics, private and public. Public access is the ones that you can always see, and they include the costumes. Still don't have enough. I have the standard suit at the moment, so you can see it's there's 0 oxygen level and 3 added slots, and some physical resistance, some cold resistance and heat resistance, and 0 infection resistance. The advanced suit has a bit more slots and more physical cold and heat resistance, but still no infection. And spacesuit, I guess, okay, so it doesn't have infection resistance, and the text is a bit not fitting here, but it does have a lot of other resistances, but still no oxygen, which I wonder why. Okay, and then you have private access. This is your blueprints that you can collect. You can loot them from wardrobes or whatever, and then you can use the key passes that you find. So use the B1 to log into the blueprint shop. And that's where you actually need the money that you collect. So I have 12,695 space money. I'm not sure how you call those. And I have access to the C-class security shop. It seems at the moment the other classes don't really work, or maybe I'm doing something wrong because I tried to use all the cards, but it still lets me use only this one. As you can see here, you can buy different backpacks, so those allow you to carry around more stuff. You can buy a larger power pack. This may be actually a good idea because we can get for 10,000. That should be enough, yep. And then you have like different grenades, which I actually haven't tried. Maybe we should try to throw a grenade at someone. Then they have parts of the gun, so you can actually buy several parts and then assemble the gun. You know, maybe we shouldn't get the larger power pack, which is kind of useful, but let's try getting and assembling the gun. So we can do what? We can see, let's say, aim part, rate of fire, 1.5, multiple shots. So this is like a shotgun, but it's quite expensive. Dancing doll. This looks good. Let's try this one. Then we have power elements, electric, additional damage, stun 3. So this should be good. Those are laser parts. No, I want the stun. Stun works pretty well. And then we have cores. So what do we have here? This one looks good. Or maybe we can even get this one, right? We have enough money for it. Yep, 10 grands. And do we have enough for a grenade? No, we don't. So we press download, we spend our 10 grands, and we get those elements here. Let's see if we can actually craft them. I think I should have enough money for this. So crafting is very basic. You know, you just gather enough elements, and then I don't have enough electron resin. That is a bit disappointing. And what about this one? I probably would have even less of it, so I couldn't craft Tor. Okay, let's try to access shop again and get wait, I forgot what was this part. This is power part. Okay, let's get another power part, something cheaper, I guess. So we bought this one. Let's try to get, yeah, this one's pretty hard to craft actually. Laser ones are as well expensive. Let's get this one. I mean, still +2 stun, the same one as my gun has. So let's grab that one, and this one I should have enough elements here. Yep. Now let's try to assemble all of that into a gun actually. I had this lucky stuff as well, but this is boring. Okay, so we now have 3 elements here, and I have no idea how to combine them. Maybe I use them on my gun. Oh yeah, here we go. So I can actually swap. Let's see, dancing doll. No, I cannot install it. Nope. How does this work? Uninstall. Is that what I want to press? I guess yes. Okay. This one goes here. No, I don't understand. How does this work? Ah, there we go. Okay, so I right click it. Okay, so basically I cannot really replace that part. Where's my aim? Power. I think I created a lot of things that I didn't really need, and I did not create a core. Did I not buy the core? Okay, let's have a look at the cores. Or did I not build it? This is the core, right? And yeah, I don't have enough. Okay, I mean, let's use this core. So basically crafting comes down to just adding aim part. Yes, and then, oh, and it has a link capacity. Okay. We have a power part which is actually exactly the same. And I cannot install it because it does not have enough capacity. Well, I'm an idiot. Okay, so we just install it back, and we have our pistol here, which we will equip. So we don't really have anything better. All right, that was very dumb, and let's go upstairs and use our generator to charge the power pack I currently have. I essentially wasted a lot of money for things I don't really need right now, which is slightly sad, but well, whatever. You know, you got to see the crafting, how crafting works, so it's okay. Here's my generator. It's fully charged now. The last time I used it almost completely. We're gonna grab all that precious energy, and then I guess we're gonna go somewhere and I show you how contamination works and how the turning into the monster works, and we can wrap the video up. But yeah, you know, if it's a pretty solid survival game, so once they polish up the combat a bit and make maybe melee a bit more interesting, it would be very, very cool. What do we have here? There's another tube, and there's another container. Maybe there's some drinks there. Yep, purified water. That's always good. But for now, it's still a pretty good experience, unless you use melee weapons. So I can maybe try to kill someone with a hammer, which is actually pretty high damage. Okay, let's see. Anybody here? No, we have a huge door. Whoa! What the hell is this thing? Okay, this is someone. Whoa, whoa, whoa! And you just seen this moment when I was stun locked to hell. Will he die at all? That was very big thing, and I got even more contaminated, and I now have a fracture and hunger, and oh. This game is terrible. Okay, do I have more? No, okay, yes, I do have another one. Okay, that's good. And then I want Band-Aid, and he wants to drink and eat and everything else. Okay, I have purified water. That's 100% thirst. And we have, I had some food. Ah, yeah, here we go, salmon. Okay, now I just need a toilet. Oh my god, again. One more asshole. Okay, let's not stay close to him. I mean, just imagine trying to kill him with melee. The melee is about 80% stronger than the gun. How many shots did I already put into him? And you know, he's still alive. And then if you need to do melee, you have to be like really close to him. And he hit me for 30% of my health. So if I would try to melee him, I would die in 4 hits, 5 hits. That would be a pretty quick end, and you know, that's not very good. Not very good. Definitely need to be either the melee itself has to be stronger, or they have to do something about the way that the combat actually handles. Maybe no stun lock, maybe some evasion or something, but I don't know. Is this a toilet? Yes, it is a toilet. Perfect. So we can actually use a bathroom here. There we go. Nice and easy. Another thing is that those, when you open the drawer, you actually have to put the mouse here and click get all items. And I don't know why this can be put into the hotkey, you know, in the same way that is done in most RPGs. What is that? This is bleeding. Where's my bandage? There we go. Okay. So yeah, it's like the UI in general, you know, there's a lot of those very small things that could be made in a way better way, and can improve actually the way that the game handles a lot. And it's not very hard to do. It's just those tiny user experience elements that I guess, you know, they will come with more testing and more people feedback. But they are nothing major, so I would not say that, you know, this is stopping you, should stop you from buying it or something. Those are actually quite easy to handle. Again, I cannot really imagine doing them with melee because he shoots at you. So it's like if you come close to him, he will shoot at you point blank. So you don't really have any space to wait or anything, and it just does not work. So let's increase our contamination artificially. So first let's heal this 10 HP here. Let's see, that's slow enough. Okay, we have some contaminated food. So let's eat that. As you can see, I'm eating the food now, and you can see the amount of red cells increasing rapidly. Let's try a grenade maybe on him and see if that works. Do we have anything else we can eat for contamination? Probably okay, so those are actually contaminated. Let's do that. Eat more of stuff that is contaminated. Yes, I need more red blood cells and I want to take a dump. Well, you have to hold it. I wonder if you actually die if you eat too much. That would be curious. Oh, that actually restores my drinking needs as well? Okay. Last time I turned into a monster way quicker when I ate contaminated food. Okay, let's try a grenade. Come on. What? Okay. Do it just like a stun grenade. One is cracked. And I'm... Okay, I did not manage to show you the turning into a monster. But essentially what happens is that you are no longer able to wield anything in your hands. They become claws. You start running way faster and you slowly lose your health. So unless you decontaminate yourself and heal yourself, you will eventually die. So you have to be, you have to have those decontamination pills, or have to be careful without and not eat anything that will contaminate you, which does not seem very possible, because at the end you will have only the vegetables left, because when you scavenge everything around. I'm curious, what's the end game there, so I want to read all of those things that I've found and figure out what's the story here and how it will end. The game supposedly has 2 endings at the moment, and they will have 3 more, I think, or 4 more. So it's quite interesting, how exactly can you end a survival game in 3 or 4 or 6 ways. So it's pretty cool. Definitely will keep my eye on this. It is available right now on Steam Early Access. As I said, it's not quite finished yet. It's just version 0.7. Still quite good. You can get it on Steam Early Access for $12 or original equivalent. The price will grow higher the closer game gets to release. I think the final price will be $15 or something. If you like survival games, you probably should have a look at it. It's pretty good. If not, then, well, there's probably not too much for you to see here, because it's purely survival focused. Another thing I have to complain about is the absence of a save game. So it will save for you automatically when you switch the screens, but there's no way to say explicitly that you want to save. And on one hand, this is kind of not as hardcore as permadeath that I've seen some people complaining about. And on the other hand, this is not quite as casual as, for example, I would want it to be, because I want to just save and then experiment with things around me and try to build barricades and do some crazy stuff with the grenades. It also would be cool to see some traps in here, maybe, so you can stage a trap room for this huge guy and then lure him in there and blow him up or something like this. But yeah, it's anyway, it looks pretty cool. It has this, I forgot the name of it. God, what was the name of it? Right, Dead Space vibe. So maybe it's because of this sub, it's a very, very Dead Space thing. And first Dead Space, not the second, the third, where it's more like a shooter game, but more of, scavenge, survive, and all that stuff. So it's pretty good. Okay, this was Subterrain. Thank you for watching, and as always, see you during next update. Bye!